Hmm. Find Nihlathak in the Halls of War.
Nihlathak, you can't hide from me.
Where's my mine? Eat the corpses. I'll leave the companion to finish them up. I guess not everyone pops up. Minions are enchanted. Halls of Anguish. Sounds good to me. There's Halls of Pain, then probably the Halls of Glory. Probably should let him handle these as much as possible, just to get the shatter effects. Horn Plague. Hero Gothic Shield. Socketed one would have been nice. Resistances for our companion. Halls of Pain. We'll definitely explore these fully. There's a partisan. Fire Great Polearm. Yeah, I'm sure these are all nice things, but also zero potential of them being useful for me. And I think at this point we've abandoned the need to collect more money. Might be somewhat useful, and we're gonna get it through selling some items back to them, but I feel very little need to hoard gold, hoard items. What's the point? The, certain type of runes could change things, but that's pretty much it. I'm more or less happy with the equipment set I have. It's not the best possible one, but it's going to be good enough. Easily good enough. Experience is much more valuable at this point. Making a deadlier bear, basically. Because the one thing that really nags me at this point is that I sort of feel like the sidekick's a much better character than I am. I can survive a much tougher situation, but offensively speaking, I can't do all that much. And he got a level up. Level 31. Seems like this is a pretty much waste of time level again. Target is not going to be on the next level because the waypoint is there. But the experience point levels are important, especially now when we just crossed the important threshold. Bear is a little bit weak. It really needs probably a couple levels. Then it starts to be where it should be. Those couple of levels will pretty much double the damage it does. It's already fairly good. Good on normal difficulty at least. Don't think it has the strength to survive the higher difficulties. In theory it could, but the problem is, although it has percentage point increases, it cannot change its basic equipment, and the percentage points increases are divided among quite a few different skills, so you can't focus on just a few and bring them to the full. Some kind of spellcaster or a shapeshifter would probably work better. I would say shapeshifter is probably the best bet, because you have your own equipment that continues to improve, and that affects your base stats on the shapeshifter. So you'll keep getting better. And the abilities also have percentage base increases, and I think you can get basically attack rating and damage from the same ability. Naturally, because your equipment improves, you'll get a natural improvement on those values anyway, and the percentage increase. And the bear was here for some reason. Okay. Well, we are at the halfway point to get to the next level, so this hasn't been a waste by any means. By the time we reach Nihlathak, or whatever his name is, we'll probably be at least one level higher. And Bear gets the benefit. And I'll be a very sturdy druid. This level is a bit larger than I thought. Just a gigantic mini. Usually these aren't... They have a little bit of structure to them. These not so much. Well, I can't say the experience isn't welcome. At least we're over halfway done with this. Cracked antlers of rabies, right. Not a fan of rabies. Better let the companion handle this. Otherwise I'll have to kill them again and again and again. And I don't think I'll get experience for killing them again and again and again and again. Two socketed halberds. Oh god, this just keeps going and going. Okay. Now we're connecting with the rest of the areas. Good. Good, 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 good. Right. One corner left. Nothing useful here. Right. That's a wrap. We're 2/3 of the way to the next level. So definitely level up on the Hall of Pain. Yeah, no one's following me to the fight. Just stay in the background. What is that? Putrid Defiler. It didn't do anything. Death Brawlers. I don't get the bearded defilers. What are they doing? They don't seem to do anything. But that can't be it. So what's their plan? I still don't get it. What it's they don't seem to be interested in me. They do something to their own guys. Human hide gloves. Too bad we've already used that imbue option. Skill bonus. So 3 extra levels for the bear. 93 to 139 damage per hit. It's still nothing particularly amazing. It probably would be bad damage for a warrior type. Good regular weapon damage, but that's not what you rely on your damage. You have all the extra crap on top of that. Elemental damage types, that sort of thing. Unholy corpse. Nothing of interest. The only reason the vine can't handle all the undead is that once I have full life, it stops devouring them. Direwolves would not. Huh. Waypoint.
Good day.
And we're 200,000 experience points from level up.
Afternoon.
Half freeze duration. Half freeze duration shield wouldn't be bad for our companion. But no. Helmet or shield of increased strength, and we can put some kind of decent armor on him. It's a minor thing. Don't need to do anything with him. Probably, well, maybe casting rate improvements. I would how would he change if we would give him the armor we have? 25% extra casting rate. I'm not particularly interested in giving him the armor. I would be interested in testing if the casting rate would be noticeably affected.
I'll put that to good use.
Yeah. Show me what you've got. I think it is improved.
I'll put that to good use.
So that's probably what we should make for him if we have dead runes left. I haven't paid attention to what I have anymore, so I might not have it. But the armor class doesn't seem to be all that vital for him. It could be useful in a place or two, but mostly the casting rate would probably keep him alive much better. He doesn't seem to suffer from the lack of mana. I think the distance between shots has changed. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Certainly wouldn't sacrifice my own gear to try to test things out further. Well, there's no harm in it. Okay, another defiler. What do you do? He marks his creatures. Yeah, there's some... okay. He marks his own allies somehow, and then if they die, there's some kind of creature left after. But I'm not sure what's the point, because it seems to be incredibly weak. And the host creature doesn't get really changed in any way that I can detect. So... I don't know. Just seems like a shitty version of a flesh spawner or something like that. Halls of Wars. That's where our boss battle waits. And he just sits there and takes it. I don't get the defilers. I mean, there has to be some kind of design behind them, but it's hard to say in a group like this because they might have something going for them, but because we have basically a summoner, summoned creatures, a spellcaster in this, the weakness isn't gonna be obvious. Still, I'm having a hard time seeing what that great thing about that creature could be. Repeating cross. Torment Worm. Bear just eats it with a single hit. There's no notification of special abilities with the Torment Worm either. I'm just shrugging. I don't know. Seems worthless. It's perplexing because we've had those little worm spewing creatures before, and they were not in any way reliant on their allies to produce them. So suddenly we have this sort of crappier version of it, while we're supposed to get improvements all around. Plus 61 to attack rate. It's not terrible, but it's not really good for us. Broadsword of Greenness.
Hello.
Another different item set. Eisenhart's Light Brand. Very fast attack speed, plus 10 to minimum damage. So 17 to 18 points of damage with each strike, very fast attack speed. Horns, case and parry. Right. Plus 10 to all resistances. Not a bad amulet. Too bad I can't give it to a companion.
At At your service.
Might be able to give that to a companion though. What do you have? Yeah, you have the Crystal Sword of Nothingness.
I'll put that to good use.
I could put a socket in one of those. That has something that increases strength. I don't think I'm quite that invested in my companion's well-being. Half freeze duration. It's not too bad. I think he basically has just a shield. All resistance is 5. That's probably better. Just would need a better all resistance shield. Want to see if we can buy a 2-socket armor.
How may I help you?
No socket armors. No socket shields. We could get a socketed helm. I don't think so. I'll keep an eye on for equipment upgrades, but it's not that important. We're firmly in the everything's good enough. Slight improvements on things would be welcome, but in no way mandatory. And give me +1 to this sleeve. So I'll keep bringing vitality up. I don't see why I would want more mana. Vitality is always good. I don't care about a better equipment set anymore. More life. Oh. Hull Rune is nothing special. Three hits kill a death roller. A little bit more power and it's 2 hits. Right. We've explored most of this level. To find the access point to the lower one. We already found it. Must have found it. If we did, I don't recall where. There. Right. We've left a few places a little bit badly explored, but we've got most of this. The only reasons these guys are still alive is because they just run away from fighting. Right, let's go kill the guy. I spawn. Richard Defiler. Still as equally pathetic as the previous ones. I wonder if it's the champion Richard Defiler. At least that tried to attack, so, you know. They're entirely reliant on the other guys being alive for doing anything kind of remotely interesting or threatening. If they're not alive, they're just going to evade us until they die. This looks like it probably has a set design. It's no longer quite as random. It has structure to it. It has 3 wings, clearly. One has our enemy, 2 has some kind of random enemies on the Hell Temptress. No Succubi though. Sort of missed them in the first core game. Them and their torpedoes. I'm actually surprised they wouldn't use those. seen time. Serpent skin armor. Shale rune. Oh. Plus 20% increased attack speed, plus 20% faster hit recovery, plus 20% faster block rate. Level 29. Right. So we got our rare missing rune. It's a 2-socket shield recipe, shale and F. Which means we could give the resistance shield to our companion.
I'll put that to good use.
Our resistances suffer greatly from this though. We can compensate, and I'm not sure if it's worth the trade. I have no idea what the shield will actually bring for us. Shale and F. We need a 2-socket armor piece of some sort, and I'm going to get it no matter what I have to do. I'm going to get it right now. We can easily get back to where we were, and we don't have to. It's a small level compared to the earlier 2 levels.
Afternoon.
Lightning resist, 119. Well, you're not gonna sell me armor. Mechanics splint mail. I'm not sure if we can use this because we only get 1 shot at this. And I'm not sure if we can use this. A typical socketed mail would not have these. I think the mechanics means it's enchanted, and the sockets are the enchantment. So this is technically a magical armor. So I wouldn't. This kind of a shield would not basically do. Full plate. Strength 80. Root Gulane is the likeliest source for the shield.
It is an honor to serve you.
Wonder if it's harder or easier to get 2-socket shield. It is a shield, right? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get it now. Immediately. No ifs or buts. I don't particularly care about the quality of the shield. I'm not gonna use it for blocking. I just want to see is it really good or not. And of course, it's something of a rare thing to get the socketed shields here. We might be able to get a mage's version, so a spiked shield or bone shield. That's fine too. Game says no. It's been so long since I looked up what the shield does, I've forgotten. I have no idea if it's useful anymore or not. Well, maybe it's fairly likely that it's useful, but is it worth sacrificing any kind of resistance over? That's a different matter. 1 socket, of course. I don't think I have the luxury of really keeping waiting, because we're already at the end of the game, more or less. 3 seconds. So either I do it now, or it won't be of any use. It won't make any difference. 1 second. 1 second. So 1 and 3 second shields. The game knows what I want to do. Refuses to give me the seconds. No seconds this time. Two seconds. Shall if it is a shield, right? Right. Right. 40% faster block rate, 20% increased chance of blocking, regenerate mana, 15%, all resistances plus 25, cannot be frozen, 50% extra gold from monsters, 25% better chance of getting magic cards. It's probably it has mana recovery, resistances, cannot be frozen. I'm not sure if it's what we want. Fire resistance could use a little bit of a boost, but other than that, I can easily get that though. I had a plus 10 all resistances amulet, so it's a more regenerate mana and cannot be frozen. The increased block rate and faster block rate is also good. If something tries to do melee with us, there's a good chance the shield will take the hit. And we're unfreezable. This is something that's easy to undervalue, I think. And because a lot of time you don't have to give a shit about the freezing. No one's going to even try to freeze you. I sold the resistance amulet away, but of course I did. All resistance is 4, that's not exactly what useful. Mm, Those the gloves are totally worthless now. They only had the half freeze duration. Now they don't even have that. So a little bit of fire resistance, that's my biggest worry. I don't care too much about the cold. I could even replace this with the... No, I'm not replacing this with anything. But fire resistance gloves. This is something we could easily just find from any shop. We don't need to make or gamble. I'll quickly visit the general shops here or smith's workshops.
Good day.
Of course you're not selling them.
Hello.
Better chance of magic items. Fire resistance 29%. Right, so cold resistance is a little bit weak, but the difference is minor and I have immunity to the actual freeze effect, which is the important
Okay.
part. So yeah, I think our last major equipment upgrade. I still want to finish this. Grand Charm of maximum damage, right. Where did we get the shale room? One of the bosses, I think. For officer opponents. Right. Portal Shrine. Bear is a bit slow. Probably because it's not actively attacking you. Human hide boots. Antlers of 3 sockets. That's our first 3 socket helmet. But in order for us to really take advantage of that, we would have to have the soul rune. So another one of the rarer ones. Might hold on to that, but I don't think that's really something that's not worth it. It's not like the shale was an earth-shattering chain. It's nice, but the freeze protection would have been much more valuable for anyone who uses melee combat on his own character to handle things. With us, it's nice. With our fast movement and immunity to the freeze effect, nothing can really catch us anymore. We can easily evade all kinds of trouble. Doesn't matter if it's boss or whatever. It makes no difference. We're immune. I think it was the evil urn guy that dropped it. Politics. I'm not opposed to boot change either. It has movement speed basically. It's a set item, but the movement speed is the only thing going for it. Well, 25% fire resistance. And we do need the fire resistance, so I doubt we'll be switching anything. So, now there's 4 wings. Of course there is. Anyway, these are easy enough to complete. He's just a mini boss. Hopefully, at least. Well, he is a mini boss, but means it's not gonna be that deadly. Morning Star, hatchet hands. One path remains. I want to lure as much trash out of here as I can. They're using some kind of curse and I don't recognize it. Could be fairly harmless, but You never know. Kill. Okay, there's a lot of trash coming our way. And it's non-stop trash. Bear doesn't give a shit about him. He's teleporting around. Yeah, he can't really get the bear. He can try to do his frozen thing, but he's taking a huge amount of damage out of my volcano too. Not a top opponent at least. And can't freeze me, so I guess he's a druid. Same crap that I'm using. No, he's using corpse explosion. Or is that just my buy-in eating things? Either way, he's gone. Talk to Anya before you continue through the crystalline passage. Pass the glacial trails and proceed to this Mount Erie summit. Disappointing loot. And I'm fairly happy with the bear. I expected he would be at least murdered a few times, but he was pretty helpless.
Good day. Every time I hear of you, warrior, your deeds become more legendary. But take heed. You are approaching the very summit of Mount Ariat. I have never dared venture there. It is sacred, our most holy place. The legends say it is guarded by the Ancient Ones, who block the path of all who are unworthy. Your reputation here does not matter. It will be the Ancients who determine your worthiness. Good luck.
Travel through the Ancients' Way to find the Ancients at the Ariat summit.
You have stopped Nihlathak, but he didn't have the relic. He must have already given it to Baal. Now Baal will not be tested when he reaches Ariat's summit. Damn Nihlathak. I do thank you for trying, though. Please, allow me to honor your courage by magically inscribing your name onto an item of your choosing. It's the least I can do.
What good is that gonna do to me? Put your name on something. Ooh. This has fire resist and faster run. This has charged bolt, enhanced defense, much more stamina, fire resist 29%, half freeze duration, better chance of getting magic items. I like my movement speed, but this is probably a better pair of boots. Poison resist. I don't think I'll hold on to the helmet. Chance of we getting the soul thing is remote. And even if we do, I'm not sure if it's better than what we have. We sort of have a fairly balanced equipment set. Well, it can be better, surely, but it does everything we need it to do. Add sockets, personalized item, or whatever. Can't really add sockets. So sort of wasted rewards in a way. Cannot be frozen. Should I give that to the companion? What exactly does he have? Faster hit recovery, more defense. But that's no good. Well, it's
Can I help
okay,
you?
but maybe we should add sockets to that. Take the unique armor, add sockets to it, see what happens. I mean, it's gonna be better than what he has currently. Nothing amazing, but still gonna be better. One socket. Yeah. He doesn't suffer from mana loss. So what exactly would even benefit him? Has full resistances. I don't know. I don't think he would really benefit from anything. Yeah, I didn't think this through. At the same time, I just wanted to use the ability. I don't really give a crap. Mm, yeah, I can't see anything really working for him. We'd have to have very amazingly good rune that does some, well, +2 mana. Yeah, mana doesn't matter to me again. +15 defense. It's better than nothing, but that's a terrible rune. Defense versus missiles? I don't think I'll put anything in it there at the moment. The ability for him to not be totally frozen. Faster movement speed. Increased cold resistance, I suppose.
I'll put that to good use.
90% resistance to cold. Cannot be frozen. Hmm. Right. Travel to the Ancient's Way, so basically Crystalline Passage and then Glacial Trail. A little bit of fighting until we reach the Ancient's Way, some kind of test, then we will get to Worldstone Keep where we will murderize Lord. Piece cake.